When Moon Audio founder Drew Baird says something is one of his all-time favorite products, you probably want to take note. I'm excited to tell you about the Shure KSE1500 Noise Isolating Electrostatic Earphones. But before we get started, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our audiophile reviews. So yes, this is an electrostatic earphone, or IEM. And yes, just like an electrostatic headphone, this requires its own special amplifier. The beauty of the KSE1500 is that the amplifier box comes with the IEM, and it's small enough that you can take it with you. What's more, it's got a DAC, or digital to analog converter, inside. Of course, you'll need your phone or other audio source too, but it's totally doable in terms of portability. Now, if you're not familiar with electrostatic headphones and IEMs, here's the deal. They are known for producing sound that is clear, fast, detailed, and tight. Their excellent transient response and low distortion make them ideal for critical listening. They are all about subtlety, finesse, and precision versus impact and emotiveness. The KSE1500 is a fantastic option for audiophiles who love this type of sound but want a portable option. So the amplifier box is relatively small, about 2 by 4 inches, and it's not much heavier than my iPhone. The body is made from black anodized aluminum, and it looks and feels quite sturdy. It's got 2 inputs, a 3.5mm jack and a micro USB for hooking up to a PC, Mac, iOS, or Android device. On the left side of the box are the power and previous screen button, as well as a hold switch for locking the KSE1500 to prevent any accidental setting changes. So with the KSE1500, you have the option of connecting it directly to your phone, other portable source, or computer, or using an external DAC via the analog input. I'll get into that in a bit. What's more, the KSE1500 is Apple MFi certified. MFi certification stands for Made for iPhone or iPod or iPad. It's a program that makers of accessories for these iDevices must go through to have their hardware approved by Apple. It's an arduous process, but when a product is MFi certified, you can be sure it's safe to use. The MFi certified rating is important because it protects your device from potential damage or harm that could come from using an unauthorized accessory. This includes overheating, improper charging, harm to the battery, port damage, or even iOS inefficiencies. The bottom line is a non-MFi certified cable can damage your device. That's not a risk you'd want to take with a $3,000 device like the KSE1500. So the KSE1500 has an internal DAC. It does 24-bit 96 kHz and below very nicely. It's a very resolving DAC. And the majority of people are only going to use below 2496 anyway, so we don't see the fact that the 1500's DAC only does 2496 as a negative. For the listener who only wants to use 2 devices, with their phone being the source, then they're good to go. For the listener who wants a high-resolution experience, DSD, 24/192, we recommend adding an external DAC like the Cord Mojo. You put it in line-out mode, which bypasses the headphone amp in the Mojo and goes to the 1500. This would be for the user who's going to do a desktop system, because you're likely not going to want to walk around with 3 devices, but you could. Shure spent many years developing the amp DAC for the KSE1500, most of which was the process of seeking that MFi certification. The reason they haven't changed the DAC chip and go to one that does a higher resolution is that going through that MFi certification again would be a very time-consuming process. Again, the DAC with the KSE1500 is very good, but for the listener who wants the best of the best in sound, an external DAC is an option. Now, the earphones themselves are small, lightweight, and designed to minimize ear fatigue. The housing is plastic, which some might find disappointing for a $3,000 earphone, but I found them to be extremely comfortable. Like, I inserted them into my ear canals and then forgot about them. They fit me so well. Design-wise, the shells are clear, showcasing the black components underneath. The 1500 comes with 3 types of sound isolating ear sleeves or ear tips: soft flex sleeves made from rubber, soft foam sleeves, and triple flange sleeves. I used the soft flex sleeves. The USB rechargeable lithium-ion battery offers 7 to 10 hours of playback and is charged by USB. You get about 7 hours when you use the DAC or equalizer and 10 hours when using the analog input or EQ bypass. It can charge from the provided wall charger or computer, even when streaming USB audio from a computer. So another notable thing about the KSE1500 is the cable, which deviates from your typical flat and wide electrostatic cable. The cable is round, Kevlar reinforced, and connects to the amp via a 6-pin LEMO connector. The 1500 also comes with a micro B to Lightning and micro B OTG cable. A great feature of the KSE1500 is the 4-band Parametric EQ, which features 4 customizable settings and 5 presets: flat, low boost, vocal boost, loudness, and a de-esser, which reduces sibilance. I had fun playing with these presets. To my ears, the low boost, vocal boost, and the de-esser produce the most noticeable differences in my music. Listening to vocalists whose voice had a lot of sibilance, or that S sound, I found that the de-esser really did mute some of those exaggerated S sounds. Low boost, meanwhile, provided a discernible bass boost in every track in which I tested it. Finally, vocal boost made singers' voices sound louder and a bit more forward. Shure's years of development on the KSE1500 has truly yielded a remarkable audio product, an electrostatic earphone with sound isolating technology. If your ears appreciate detail, transparency, openness, and realism, you'll want to give the KSE1500 a listen. You will be blown away by the intensely clear and natural sound. Electrostat novices should know that it's not going to sound like your typical dynamic or balanced armature IEM. This is not a fun sound, nor is it for those who want a warm or bassy sound, although again, you do have the option of tweaking the sound via several EQ settings. It's not an analytical or sterile sound either. It's got some musicality and life to it. Connect it to your phone or portable DAC, or use it in a home desktop scenario with an external DAC of your choosing. The KSE1500 is great for acoustic music, classical, jazz, blues, and folk. If you want an electrostatic experience but don't want to be tethered to a full-size headphone and amp, the KSE1500 is a wonderful option. And if you like the idea of the KSE1500, but you don't want or need that internal DAC, Shure also makes the KSE1200, which goes for $19.99 and is essentially the same product minus that internal DAC, so that is an option as well. If you want to learn more about the KSE1500, check out our written review, which we've linked below. If you have any questions, leave us a comment. And if you want more audiophile reviews, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching.